Hello, Thomas D. Cat family. Today is Tuesday, March 17th, 2027. Leave a comment below, like, rate, share, subscribe, reflect, and discuss. And here's something I'm glad I'm learning right now. And you may not have to like it, but it'll come to you soon after I watched NCIS Origins. It's okay to want to try something different, because here's how I see it. Let's say you who work at a different city, like for example, let's say you live right near Champion Forest, but at Houston Baptist University is right there. But you want to do the junior college first. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with wanting to finish your core or degree or your core classes, and have it transferred to a different school, so you can get your associate's degree. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with staying updated. In fact, I'm glad NCIS Origins was able to help me understand that today. But the point is this. There's really no point in trying to fight the fact that you can't always argue with. There's really no point in this. The Matrix, from what Morpheus was showing Neo, of how things have changed. That's fine. Things do change because that's a fact of life. Now here's one of the major things to accept that's true. If you want to go into the military, you have to be flexible. You may be told that you have to deploy last minute, and it's frustrating, but sometimes we don't get that choice. Even if you're working part-time or full-time for a minimum wage job and your schedule gets changed quickly, like let's say from 7 to 4 p.m., but you're working noon to 4. That's okay, because part of life means you have to flex with the situation. And don't necessarily fight it, but you have to necessarily find a way to accept the outcome. I'm not telling you to win the Nobel Prize or anything, but here's this. If you are not going to update it to the hardware, then the hardware is going to be resistant to updates. Or how I basically said it, time only moves in one direction, and that's north, not south. And trust me, for a fact, I would want for time to go south, but I wouldn't change how people would be alive right now, in my point of view. But my point is this, you don't necessarily have to make a choice today on certain situations, but if you just give it a shot, you'll probably like it. you'll probably get like what you see. You may even want to graduate from that school. Well, if you say you want to give something a shot, what? You'll have plenty of opportunities to go to events like gatherings, homecomings, in any college, or university, he event, you name it. But trust me, life is not going to take you south again. And all I'm saying is, just give us something else a shot that you haven't even seen. It can, whether it's close to your work, whether it's close to where your mom or dad work, or it's close to any of where they work. Name it. Write down a list. Write down the reasons why. But just make it but just say, hey, like this, I'm not doing this for my family. Just to vow to yourself that you're doing this for yourself because you want to try something different. If you say you want to join into the military, that's fine. Because one day, you may have to learn these skills yourself. Health. Let's say if you're going to join the Navy. Here, for example, that you want to be stationed in Alabama, but you got sent to Houston. Sometimes God doesn't allow that. What if you're in the Navy and God decided to send you to Hawaii instead of Alabama? God, on the other hand, knows where you're going to be. What degree you're going to study for. How you're going to honor His word. But just learn from this. Yes. And this is very important. But let yourself try something different. And that's okay. Because sometimes part of life means you have to try certain things that are different, that may not be in your best situations. And sometimes life doesn't always give you a choice. And I get that. I know how hard it can be. I've been in those, I know how it's like to have my schedule changed on certain times, but overall, well, at the end of the day, you're still alive. And I'm really, really, really glad that from what I remember, heard from Spy Kids for All the Time in the World. Well, you can't change the past. You have to live your life moving forward or going forward, not backwards. And that's okay. Hey, everyone, it's okay to take a deep breath, saying this, that there's always more opportunities to happen. Kind of like when I was in high school, when my dad and I'd seen in my high school football playoffs. If my high school lost, my dad and I said that there's always next year. There's always next year. There's always next year. There's always next year. And there's always next year. That's okay. In fact, I'm very glad remembering Ted Lasso. Or that there are do-overs on certain things. That's fine. Fine. But trust me, when I say this. And this is going to be a wrap for tonight. There's always going to be a lot of opportunities in your lifetime. There are doors that are going to open and doors that are going to close. There's going to be friendships that are going to come to you. There are friendships that are going to leave you. Nothing lasts forever. Trust me. Just like The Godfather. Leave the gun. Take the cannoli. Those good times that you remembered of people being open and accepting of you are the ones worth remembering. Honor those times. Honor the times that you were treated with the same openness. Honor those times. But overall, well, make it last. You always gotta make a way to make it last. So all of you, Ohana, have a good night. Bang bang.